One Fun Guy podcast coming at you live. Guys, I'm under the weather a little bit. So I took a hot shower this morning. I got this like muffle in my ear and I can't get it to go away. So I'm just trying to line up some guests for my podcast. I'm off today. I go back to work tomorrow. So I will be off of social media for a few days. I'll be back on Friday. I just wanted to say, hey, to everybody that's supporting me, One Fun Guy podcast across the platform, guys. I'm here on TikTok, over on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. If you subscribe to my channel, hey, what's up, Seth? Anyways, guys, if you could, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm at 90 subscribers right now. Once I get 100, I can start using StreamYard to go live there. That's my goal, is to get that really going. The podcasting thing is my passion. I have a bunch of guests lined up. I'm really trying to make it big. Obviously, I know it takes work. It's not going to happen overnight, but I need to grow my channel, and I don't know what to do. So if any of you guys have any suggestions on how to get YouTube subscribers, send me a message, shoot me an email, onefunguypodcast@gmail.com. I'm doing the best I can, going from there. Scott the drummer, what's up? I'm going to see what I can do over there on YouTube. I really want to grow my channel, grow my podcast, grow my viewership, grow my guests. I have a bunch of people lined up. Again, it's just timing, guys. It's hard to mesh schedules with people that have lives, kids, families, going through stuff. So it's not an easy thing to navigate through. I wish it was easier. My schedule is pretty narrow across the board. I work a weekend, I'm off a weekend, so I pretty much have a pretty flexible schedule, but a lot of other people don't. So that's the biggest challenge, is trying to get everybody on the same page. But I got a few people lined up. If anybody wants to be a guest or knows how to be, if anybody wants to be a guest or knows anybody who wants to be a guest on my podcast, shoot me a message. I have a bunch of people already suggest people. I know Crystal hooked me up with Jordan. We're actually going to talk today. I'm hoping to have him on in the next few weeks. Paranoia Threat wants to be on. Christina wants to be on. Jesse wants to be on. So there's a bunch of people. It's just managing schedules. So that's kind of what I'm doing. But if you guys want to be on and you want to be a part of this, you're more than welcome. Shoot me a message. I would be more than happy to have you guys on. We'll just have a little quick conversation just so I can get some of your interest in hobbies and what you like to do, and then we can talk about it. It's just a pretty much a conversation style podcast. Everybody I've had on so far has been awesome. I've loved everybody that I've had on. I've enjoyed everybody. Everybody's been great. Even here on TikTok, I've met a ton of cool people. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to do this, that I started my podcast. I'm just super excited. I'm really passionate about doing it. I love talking to people. I love having conversations, and it's been a great experience so far. So I want to keep the ball rolling, right? Like, I want to look back, 4 or 5 years from now and say, hey, this is how I started. This is the work I put in. This is what I had to do. Going live on social media every day is tough. But it's a necessity. So going live on Facebook, coming over here on TikTok, going live on YouTube and creating shorts, trying to post videos and all that stuff like that. That's, for me, it's difficult to do that. I have other stuff to do too. Like, I have a bunch of errands to run today, but this is important to me. So I fit it in, I make time, I work time, and I do time. So it's not easy, but I never thought it was going to be. So with that being said, I'm just putting in the work. The TikTok lives are necessary. I get that, and I'm happy to do them. I'm happy to be a part of the community. I'm happy to be a part of everybody that's here. I love doing it. So again, this is just more of a promotional thing that I'm just going to post over on YouTube. I appreciate everybody trying to join in and battling and stuff like that, guys. But I'm going to post this on YouTube, and I just don't really like putting stuff with other people on YouTube, just because I'd really want their consent to do it, just in case, something were to go awry. So I'm not declining you because I don't want to talk to you or I don't want to battle you. I'm just declining because this is going to be posted on YouTube in about 20 minutes after I download it. So I just don't like to have other people on unless I already we spoke to them and they agreed to be on YouTube because obviously everyone's going to see it. So I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable or post anything that goes against anybody's will or knowledge, I should say. So with that being said, guys, I am going to just kind of chat here for a couple more minutes. I just want to thank, History Buff again for being, a guest last week. My cousin Chris and his son Anthony were the guest the week before. They were awesome. James was before that. He was awesome. I mean, everybody on my show's been great. From Crystal and Paul, all the way through Matt and everybody else that's been a guest. It's really been phenomenal. I've really had Roberta was fantastic. She was amazing. Randall was amazing. I'm lucky enough to be blessed to know these people and for them to come on my podcast. So it means a lot to me personally that when people say, yes, I'd like to be a part of what you're doing, it means that I'm making steps in the right direction. So everybody that's been a guest on my show has been fantastic. They're all incredible people. They all have incredible stories. They're all filled with different wisdom and different knowledge in their fields. So it was, an awesome opportunity to speak to everybody. It's been great, and I can't thank everybody enough. So I didn't want to leave anybody out. I know I was thanking History Buff a lot yesterday, and the only reason why I is because not only was he a guest on my podcast, but he's helped me out with so much other stuff getting my podcast started. What to do, how to get focused. Even Insane Joe was awesome. I was a guest on his podcast. He has not been a guest on my podcast yet, but I'm hoping that he will be soon. Insane Joe is over on YouTube as well. He has the Insane Asylum. He is phenomenal. He helped me out a lot too. Even though he hasn't been a guest on my podcast yet, he's been a pivotal part of getting my stuff going. So with that being said, I just want to thank everybody who's been a part of the One Fun Guy podcast community, everybody who's been a guest, everybody who's helped me out, everybody whose shows I've been on. It's been phenomenal. It's been amazing. I love what I'm doing. I really appreciate all the love and support. And if you guys could just head over to YouTube and subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe. If they could help my channel out a lot, that would be great, because once I get that as a platform, it is going to be awesome. And I think it's really going to start blowing up once I'm able to use StreamYard over directly to YouTube, because then I can do the editing in-house and I don't have to do like a separate part of it, which is going to be awesome for me. So again, I just wanted to thank everybody for being a part of the One Fun Guy podcast. Whether you just stop on my lives and say hi, whether you share some love and hearts and support, whether you send me a little gift here and there, I truly appreciate it. Brianna, what's going on? It really means a lot to me that everybody is a part of my community, whether I'm here on TikTok or whether I'm over on YouTube or on Facebook. I'm One Fun Guy podcast across all the platforms, guys. So if you have Facebook and you use that and you want to be a part of it, head over to One Fun Guy podcast over on YouTube, like and friend me, and I'll accept your request. And we can grow the community, grow what I'm trying to do. I don't really have anything to sell except for myself, guys. I know a lot of people are on TikTok and they create shops and they have products and they have all kinds of stuff. All I could sell is my wisdom and my guest wisdom and their knowledge, and maybe a little bit of education, maybe a little bit of empowerment, maybe a little bit of entertainment. I hope the stuff that I'm doing brings a smile to people's face and that you enjoy watching me and you enjoy seeing me. If it doesn't, I hopefully maybe I could educate you in some kind of way. Which would be, another thing. If you are going through some issues or you have stuff going on, maybe you can take a little bit away from my podcast. And if I can't do that, at least maybe, a little bit of empowerment. If there's something that you want to do or you're passionate about, whether it's, gaming or doing podcasting or, just going live on TikTok and building a community, that you do it. I waited. I dragged the ball for a lot of months and years, and I wish I had done it sooner. That's my only regret in this whole thing, is I've had this podcast idea brewing in my head from about mid 2021, and I always had excuses of why I couldn't do it. Oh, I don't have the right equipment. Oh, I don't have the right, environment. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. All I really needed to do was pick up my phone and hit the live button, and it would have been off the ground. Now that I'm fortunate enough that I do have some stuff, a nice microphone, a laptop, an iPad, things like that I built up. But, all I had was excuses, really, honestly, because I had all these things before, right? The laptop is new, but the iPad I had, the microphone is new. Obviously, I didn't have that, but I mean, like, as far as everything else, all it was excuses. So if I can empower you to follow your dreams, follow your goals, if you have an idea in your head and you're like, man, I really wish I could do this, you can do it. If you can dream it, you can do it. I had this dream about podcasting for a while. And like I said, my only real regret is that I didn't start earlier. I had more excuses than anything else, and that's my fault, and I take blame for that. The onus is all on me for that. There's nothing I can do, right? I don't have a time machine. I can't go back and say, hey, but I have now, right? And I have the future. So like I said, whether I can, entertain you, whether I can educate you, or whether I can empower you, those are the three things that I try to do on my podcast. Because like I said, the only thing I'm really selling is myself. I don't have a product. I don't have things to do. I don't have a TikTok shop. I don't have, the stuff that I can physically give you. I don't have, but excuse me, but all the other stuff I do. My guests have wisdom and knowledge, and history and experience and dealing with all kinds of things. And that's what I can hopefully give you guys. It's not something physical, but it's something, more mental and maybe even spiritual if you really watch my podcast and, see what's going on with my guest and what we're really talking about. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate all the support, all the love, all the follows, all the likes, all the shares. Like I said, if you're over on Facebook, I'm One Fun Guy Podcast. Shoot me a friend request. I'll accept you. We'll grow the community. Here on TikTok, it's been awesome. I've met a bunch of cool people. I can't, thank you guys enough for doing this for me and helping me out. So if you're here on TikTok and TikTok only, I'm One Fun Guy Podcast here. If you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't need one. All you really need to do is just subscribe to my channel. It's free. I think you might have to create something, but I mean, most people have YouTube because it's the cool way to watch stuff. But all you really need to do is subscribe, guys. You don't have to hit the bell. You don't have to do any of that stuff. All I really need is subscribers. If you like what I do, I encourage you to do that, right? Subscribe and hit the bell and hit my likes and watch my videos. But the very minimum I'm asking you guys to do is if you could just subscribe to my channel, and even if you want to unmute me, that's fine. I just need to grow my community, and I'm really trying to do that. That's the best way I can get my podcast rolling is through StreamYard on YouTube, but I need 100 followers to do that. So I think I need 10 more. As of this morning, I checked, I had 90. So I'm going in the right direction, guys. I started off with one when I did this all. So I'm growing, I'm happy. But once I can really get my platform going over there, I can just, every video I do here, I upload over there. Everything I do on Facebook, I upload over there. Everything I do on StreamYard, I upload over there. So everything is stored in the YouTube box. I wish TikTok had that kind of, platform where, I know the videos save, but after 30 days, they expire. I wish they could stay in infinite. And, maybe they had something like YouTube does where you can go back and watch people's lives, watch people's battles, because some of them are super fun and entertaining. And like I said, you can get a lot out of them. Some of them are goofy, but hey, that's, everybody's, interest and peaks are different, right? What I might think is goofy or weird, you might think is awesome and cool. So we're all, in the same realm of everything that we do. So that's the unique thing about this, right? We could all be ourselves. We all have our own personalities and our own, kind of humor and our own kind of shyness and our own kind of vulnerabilities. But on here, as a community, we can kind of feed off of those, right? So maybe we can help somebody get over a hurdle if they are shy, or maybe they don't like talking in front of a camera, or maybe they don't think they can, but they really can. It's a big community, and growth is important. So like I said, if I can empower you in any way, let me know. All I would do and say is, if you have a TikTok and you haven't gone live yet and you have enough, do it. What's the worst that could happen, right? You have maybe a great experience and it motivates you to keep going. Maybe you have a not so great experience and, maybe you could figure something out, or go live with somebody else that can maybe break you out of your shell. Either way, it's all I could do, guys. I'm just here. I'm one fun guy, right? And I have a podcast. So One Fun Guy Podcast. That's me, guys. I'm just trying to be as entertaining as I can, as being educational as I can, being as empowering as I can on a podcast. It's all I got, guys. So this is me. What you see is what you get. This is the way I'm here all the time. So what you see on here is what you get. I am the same guy here that I am in the world. If you ever happen to run across me or see me, it's the same character. I don't change. This is who I am. I try to be positive and uplifting and all the time. Sure, everybody has their bad days, right? Who doesn't? But I would say 99.999% of the time, what you see when I go live is what you get. This is me. I don't hold anything back. I'm not a different person behind the camera than I am in the real world. This is it. I try to be a fun-loving, uplifting, guy, and try to make the best of the day and the best of the life that we're given. I read a great quote yesterday. It says, the quote says you only live once, but the reality is you only die once, right? You live every day. Every day is a new day. When you wake up, you have a new day. You have life. And I thought that was awesome, right? So that empowered me to go live. I'm battling a sinus infection. I got kind of a ear thing going on. But nonetheless, I know I have to put in the work, but I'm going to have fun doing it, right? Every time I go on TikTok, it brings a smile to my face. I go live with a big smile. One Fun Guy Podcast is how I start every show, right? One Fun Guy Podcast in the studio, or One Fun Guy Podcast from a cruise ship, or One Fun Guy Podcast from my living room, depending on where I'm at. But 99% of the time I'm in the studio, but every once in a while, kind of break out. I did my podcast from Fort Lauderdale 2 weeks ago. So that was awesome, right? But different experiences, different people, different walks of life. That's what this is all about, guys. Networking. It's huge. And, I watched all these videos, right, about these guys coaching people and, how to walk up to somebody and start a conversation, right? It's easy if they can do it, right? If you have a personality kind of like mine, I can walk up to somebody, bump an elbow, they'll turn to me and I'll say, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, good. What are you doing here? I'll start a conversation like this and I can talk to anybody. But there's a lot of people who can't. They're shy, they're timid, they're whatever. But they can grow from that, right? Everybody has their own experiences, right? Some people, that I've talked to be on my podcast, they're like, well, what am I going to do? I don't have any experiences. I'm just me. I don't do anything special, but they're a mom, they're a sister, they're a brother, they're a nurse, they're a caregiver. Everybody's got experiences, right? We've all grown up, right? So every walk of life has an experience they could tell. So you might think you're dull, or you might think you're just one of, a million people in the world just doing the same thing. But everybody's got a story, and some of them are good, really good. They just don't know it. So that's my job, is to get it out of them, right? So if you're on my podcast and you're like, yeah, I don't really know, like everybody has something they're passionate about, whether it's a family member or a kid, right? Or a relative, or something they like to do, whether it's hunting, fishing, whatever it is that you like to do, baseball or sports or music, or, somebody's got a hobby, somebody's got a passion, somebody likes something they're doing in general. And that's my job, if you come on my podcast, to bring that out and we'll talk about it. So don't feel, that you don't have anything to share with the world, because everybody's got a story and everybody has something to share. Trust me. So like I said, if you want to be a guest on my podcast, or it's something that maybe is in the back of your mind, like, yeah, I'd love to do a podcast one day. Well, here I am, guys. So if you want to be on my show, shoot me a message. Egypt Yvette, what's going on? So if you want to be on my show, just send me a message. We'll make it happen. I have a list of people and I keep adding to it every day. Again, like I said earlier, timing is the big thing, right? Everybody's got lives. Everybody's got jobs. Everybody's got stuff going on. So meshing a time where they can sit down with me for an hour might be kind of difficult, but we'll work through it. I'll figure out a time that we can do it. I will make time for you, and we'll make it happen. And then we'll pick a day that works for both of us, and we'll have a conversation for an hour, and I'll post it on YouTube. So that's pretty much it, guys. But I really like, the fact that everybody's here supporting me. It makes me really feel good. It makes me feel motivated. It makes me feel want to keep going. Like I said, I'm super passionate about the podcast. I'm really excited about doing it. I don't foresee anything stopping me. I'm just super, super excited. I have a bunch of guests lined up. I love networking. I love talking to people. I love having conversations. So this is it for me, guys. This is my thing. So like I said earlier, I'm on TikTok. I don't have anything to sell but myself, right? I don't have a product. I don't have anything to give, but I can give education, I can give empowerment, and I can give entertainment. And hopefully that's enough for you to want to subscribe, follow, share, and do everything that the One Fun Guy Podcast is doing. So like I said, I'm over on Instagram, One Fun Guy Podcast. It's one_fun_guy_podcast. Facebook, One Fun Guy Podcast. Here on TikTok, One Fun Guy Podcast. YouTube, you can find me if you type in one_fun_guy podcast. But if you just search One Fun Guy Podcast, I pop up. So on any platform, even if you don't use the underscores and you type in One Fun Guy, boom, here I am. So that's it. I can't thank you guys enough. Again, I cannot thank all my guests. I can't thank all my peeps, everybody who follows me, everybody who likes what I'm doing. Yvette's sending me roses. That's awesome. I love that, guys. It makes me feel like I can keep going. And I am. I promise you guys, this is not going to end anytime soon. I'm putting in the work. TikTok Live is important, right? Facebook Lives are important. Uploading stuff to YouTube is important. Talking to people is important. Creating conversations is important. Everything that I do is important, and there's a reason that I'm doing it. Sure, I like the battles. Sure, I like the people that I'm in groups with and I talk to. I love that, right? I love getting to know people. I love having conversations, but the ultimate goal is my podcast growing and growing and growing, starting a small community, but making it into a entirely huge community. Once I get 100, then I'll focus on 1,000, then I'll focus on 5,000, then I'll focus on 10,000, then I'll focus on, 50,000, then I'll focus on 100,000. And until I hit 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, that's my goal, right, guys? To make it big, to share what I do all over the world. But the cool journey is I could look back at these beginning stages, right? My first podcast, I didn't know what to do. I had my wife on. She was awesome. But I didn't really know. Our conversation was kind of like, oh, what do you like to do? What do you, do for fun? What do you do how do you start your business? And now I can actually have conversations with somebody. I know how to listen. I know how to ask better questions. So once I'm on my 100th episode or my 200th episode or my 500th episode, and I look back to the beginning, I could say this is the core group of people that supported me from the get-go, that followed me. Everybody that I got along the way, I can thank, and I can, and you appreciate, and I can grow, and I can mold. But the core people, right? The first 10 people, the first 10 guests, the first 10 followers, the first 10 subscribers. This is my community, guys, and you've all been a part of that. So though it might seem minute in an infinite world, it means a lot to me. So I can't thank you enough. And that's my goal, is to really try to thank everybody who's been a part of this, anybody who wants to be a part of this, anybody who continues to support me. It's all going to go uphill from here, guys. But just remember, the few that started this are what's in here, right? The people that I could really look back to and say, thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for helping me. Not that when I have 1 million plus people, I'm not going to do the same thing either. But this is what I want to look back on and say, yeah, I remember those days. I remember doing that, putting in the work. I remember going live all the time. I remember talking to everybody I can, meeting everybody I can. That's what I want to look back on. And the smile that's on my face, it will stay there because I love doing it. And this is what I love to do. And this is what I'm passionate about. So again, guys, I'm going up on some time here. I want to upload this to YouTube. I have a few phone calls to make. I have a few things that I need to do. But other than that, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for the love and support. I'm One Fun Guy Podcast across the board, guys. So please follow, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And everything that I'm doing here, you can see over on YouTube. So head over there. You can watch all my videos. You can watch all my stuff. I keep posting and posting and posting. So please, 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 guys, just, if you can share this, or anybody who wants to be a guest on my show, or anybody that you might think might make a guest, just please, please, please send them my way. I'm going to hop off and upload this to YouTube, and then I'm going to come right back on and we can hang out, guys. We'll have some fun. We can battle. We can talk. We can share. Do whatever we want to do. So I'm going to end this now, guys. I'm going to pop it over on YouTube. It'll take about 10 minutes to upload. As soon as that's done, I'll be right back on here. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about life in general. So thank you guys all. One Fun Guy Podcast across the board here on TikTok, over on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. One Fun Guy Podcast. If you could subscribe to my channel, ask all your friends to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great, guys. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys all. Thank you for all the love and support. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube in a couple minutes. Later, guys.